guys, welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. My name's Jessica, and today we are doing a whip and chat. If you are new here and you don't know what WIP stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what normally happens during a whip and chat is that you can bring out your own whips if you have any, or if you have chores, or you just want to relax and listen to me ramble about what's going on to my week, we can get started. It's been a little bit, guys. Apologize. Hope you guys are doing well. But first off, I want to say happy Halloween. I hope everyone's going to have a wonderful Halloween, or if you already done trick-or-treating and stuff like that, that it was safe and that you had a good time. And if you haven't, if you're going to do it today, hope that you guys enjoy that and be safe as well. It's going to probably be a short whip and chat. I say that and then somehow I find something to talk about for an hour, but I feel like it is going to be a shorter one, only because it was quite a week, and I'll get into why I was gone for almost an entire week into just a minute. I'm working on Namaste from Oraloa. It's I'm single placing right now. I don't know if I'm going to still work on this next week or so. I don't know if I'm going to just find something else. I just wanted to work on something that's a square at the time being, because I think I've worked on 3-4 rounds already. So I'm like, I was itching for a square, but I came to find out this is definitely version 1 instead of version 2. So it's just like I have to keep poking and finding which tabs aren't sticking out. I'll figure out how to file them down eventually, but yeah, so it's just a lot of single placing at the moment, which isn't, horrible, just, something, I don't really want it to do at the moment. I think guys, not last Friday, but the Friday before, when I last posted my whip and chat, my previous one, I forgot that it was report card day for the kiddos. And that was also the beginning of the end for our family too. And I'll definitely get into that. So the kids brought home their report cards and they did excellent, of course. I was very proud of them. They all did a fantastic job. There was, some things that we knew from the parent teacher conference, and some that that was news to us, like with Nicole. She does this at home, she blurts out the answer. But we thought she was able to have a bit of a handle on that at school. Turns out no, she needs to learn how to rein that in. Same thing with Michael has to do that. Jane has actually improved a lot compared to the other two, but which is to be expected because she doesn't always do great at her test right at the beginning of the year. I don't know what it is, but she doesn't do great on the beginning test, and then she does excellent right after. So I don't know if it's just nerves or what. If it's nerves, I get it. I don't do good on test either. I'm having some Pepsi today. I got this vanilla cream soda. It's really good. I think I like that one more compared to the black one, black cherry, I think it's called. It's not my favorite. I'm not as a big fan on it. It's not like horrible. But yes, so we decided, since they did such a good job, that we were going to reward them. We were going to give them pizza. I think we're all pizza out. We're not going to be ordering pizza anymore after this. But this is what I meant why it's the beginning of the end. We had a deal with this local pizza place. It was like, I think it was like cheaper overall. I'm not 100% sure. My husband did the ordering, but it was like we got breadsticks with it. Cause the kids, let's see, Michael and Nicole wanted a cheeseburger pizza. I decided to get like just a regular cheese pizza for Jaina because she doesn't really like cheeseburger pizzas. I don't like cheeseburger pizzas, but my husband wanted to try it as well. And we also got a stromboli for me, so that way I could just, have something with mushrooms and, some pepperoni and, so that way I have something that's just not cheese. But there was a deal to get breadsticks with it. So he got in breadsticks along with all of this. And I gave the kids, a slice of pizza, and some breadsticks. And Jana only ate the breadsticks. And then she was just like, my tummy hurts. And we're like, well, maybe she just filled up on bread, just filled up a lot on bread, and that's it. Because she didn't really touch her pizza. I felt bad for her. But no, it was more of, like I said, the beginning of the boom, boom, boom. No, it showed that I should have known. Sickness never stays away at our household. Someone has to get sick and then has to pass it along. And, yeah, so that's what happened. So later on that night, we brought her a bowl. We usually do this whenever the kids don't feel good and they complain about tummy troubles. We send them upstairs to their room with a bowl for the night. And, normally nothing happens. But this time, if you guys do get a little bit squeamish, I'm going to try not to talk about, being sick too often throughout here, but if you get a little squeamish, you might want to just, go do something else. maybe listen to the end of the video. I don't know how long I'll talk about this. But yeah, around midnight, I'm still up, wide awake. I'm down here diamond painting to my heart's content. Because I wanted to finish up Deadly Sweet before Tuesday of that week. I did get to finish it, but it was all for nothing because of what happened. So midnight, my husband fell asleep, so he's asleep on the couch. I'm down here just doing my own thing, and I'm hearing noises. I heard someone coughing or spluttering. I go upstairs, see nothing. I'm checking the rooms, okay, everyone's fine. I go back downstairs, I'm diamond painting away, I'm watching videos, and then I hear a big thump on the floor, like maybe 10 minutes later after just doing my rounds. And so I'm like, okay, well that doesn't sound good. And then there was nothing, but it just, I don't know, I had that weird feeling. So I went back upstairs. And oh my goodness, my heart dropped so fast. I honestly was going to call 911 because Jana, she was on the floor and it didn't look like she was moving at all. I had a moment of like, oh my God, is she okay? Because I see like she has a puddle of yuck next to her. And I was like, oh, great. And then I noticed she's not moving and I'm just like, that's not good. It's not good if someone, gets sick and they're not moving. So I'm just like, Jana, immediately like, Jana, are you okay? And then she finally, poor kid's embarrassed because she didn't make it to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, it's all right. Why didn't you get your bowl? Like, why, that's why you have a bowl. Well, she thought she could make it. And I'm like, okay, well, let me go get your bowl and you go clean up in the bathroom and everything. And I'm glad I walked to the side of the bedroom because, that wasn't the only spot that she got sick in. Apparently, she also got really sick right at the edge of her bed. And, for unpleasant terms, it was everywhere. It took me 40 minutes to clean up the entire mess. I had her take a shower because, it was in her hair. I told her I'm going to get her a change of clothes. I'm going to start a load of laundry. And I didn't want her to know that I was throwing some stuff away because I know that she would be very upset that I'd be throwing some toys away. There was no saving the toys at all. So, and one of them was also her brother's Minecraft toy. It was like one of those creepers. He let her have for the time being to borrow. They usually like to let each other borrow toys. I like it, but at the same time, I don't like it because it's just a lot of making sure that everyone has track of which toy goes where kind of thing. But yeah, I had to throw that toy away. That was not fun to explain to Michael in the morning, but excuse me. But yeah, I had to do damage control, cleaning all that up. And one of them was also a blanket that the kids make. One of those no sew blankets. It's just blankets that you tie knots into to make into an actual blanket. It's just like a, I think it's like fleece or something. I'm not 100% sure on what it was, but the thing was already getting falling apart and tearing apart. I was not able to keep it together anymore because the kids have pretty much loved the heck out of it. I couldn't even put it through a washing machine already. So once I saw the mess, and there was like, I can't even spot clean this. So in the trash it goes. I actually had to disarm the house so that way I could go outside to throw all the stuff out because there was no way I'm just keeping that around the household. Which in turn freaks out my husband later on in the morning when he wakes up and realizes the house is disarmed and it's like, did I do this? Did I walk around in my sleep or something? And I'm like, no, it was me. It was me. But yeah, so I stayed up making sure that she was okay after I, spent 40 minutes cleaning everything. Made sure she was okay. I had started a load of laundry, washed everything. I stayed up long enough just so I could toss everything into the dryer. And I was like, okay, I think I'm ready for bed. I'm going to go to bed now. And I think at that point it was 2:30, 3 o'clock-ish. And I got woken up at 4. It was 3:50, honestly. I got woken up about 4-ish. And Janev's like, I didn't make it again. And I'm like, oh no. Luckily, it wasn't as bad as the first round, but I actually had to take the bed covers off this time around. I was just like, great, I'm going to take another sip of my soda. So, had to stay up a little bit, clean up that mess. Luckily, there was no change of clothes. It was just a little spot on the bed. I'm just like, I cleaned up everything. I forgot to mention it to my husband that she wasn't 100% in the morning. And I slept in. I stayed up listening to her, making sure she was perfectly okay. And I think I went to bed 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I got woken up at 7 by her. And I was like immediately thinking, oh gosh, she's going to tell me she got sick again. No, it was more like, I feel so much better. I don't feel sick anymore. I didn't, do anything. And I'm like, great. Go downstairs if you're hungry. Let daddy know. And I meant to say go get a banana or something. But no, that didn't happen. I'm going to go with this color. I have like several different colors, and I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping track of what tray goes where right now. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different colors that I'm keeping track here. I'm not used to having the trays all over the place. I'm used to doing one color at a time. But let's see. My husband decided he was going to give them turnovers for the day because he was wanting to give them a nice little treat for the weekend. Big mistake if you guys eat sugar on an upset stomach. So she got sick again, and luckily this time it was, wasn't everywhere. It was in the bowl. So yeah, that was the beginning of a delightful week. We were like, okay, this isn't good. This isn't good. Okay, we gotta cancel our weekend plans, because I was gonna start practicing driving in the new car, and I was like, well, I don't want her to get sick in the car, so she was perfectly okay the rest of the day, just complained about a hurt tummy. She didn't get sick at all, thankfully, and by Monday she was well enough to go to school, thankfully, so she didn't have to miss a single day. The other two did not get lucky, though. So that whole weekend was a bust. We're like, okay, That's all right. We'll try and do something next weekend. And the reason why we wanted to do something last weekend was because it was such a beautiful day. Like both days were so beautiful. And then this weekend it has been so gray and cloudy and overcast and it's not as nice anymore. It's wet. So we didn't do anything this weekend either. But let's see. But yeah, I woke up Monday. She was perfectly fine. I was not. I got caught with it. I woke up and I was a miserable mess. I was like ready to go back to bed. I was not feeling the greatest. Um I my husband knows it's bad if I'm like if I come downstairs even if I sleep in he knows it's bad like if I come downstairs and the first thing I want to do is just go back and lay on the couch and that's it and zonk out and I stayed asleep for a good part of the day. I tried my best to get up, especially since I wanted to complete Deadly Sweet, and I just couldn't. I just felt so nauseous the whole time. If I was on my back, I would feel nauseous. If I was sitting upright, I was nauseous. The only times I felt somewhat okay was if I laid on my side. But when you lay on your side too long, it starts to hurt, so you're not comfortable. So it's like a big vicious cycle of like turning over to try and get comfy, can't do it, lay on my back, feel sick, So yeah, he took over and he's like, I got dinner covered, don't worry, I'll take care of things for you, which is a good thing because I was, like I said, I was out. The kids came home, they were all like excited to see me, and then hubby was like, kind of keep it quiet for mommy. Yeah, they didn't do that. First thing they came in the house, they were loud, they were yelling, they were Joel. I'm like, hi guys. and my husband comes in like, guys, I told you keep it quiet. I'm like, I'm awake. I'm awake. He's like, I know, but I told them to be quiet. No, there's no be quiet with these guys. There's never be quiet ever. um but let's see. But yeah, but that was the beginning of the week where everyone like that whole week was just a whole bust of no one felt good, because later on that evening I'm half asleep. I'm letting the kids play Minecraft. I tried to keep up with homework. I tried to stay up long enough to help them with their homework, but I forgot that to like message Jana's teacher that day because I noticed she didn't have her homework sheet. I just didn't bother. I just went right back to bed. But yeah, later on that evening, we're all watching Minecraft. Well, Michael and Jana are watching Minecraft. Nicole's off with her friends. I'm laying on the couch snoozing, and I just hear, Mommy! Mommy! I don't... And it's like, just, out of my dead sleep. And it's like, I don't feel good! And like, it's Michael. He got it. And my husband's like, just run to the bathroom. Don't bother mommy. But it was too late. So he had to go and clean up what happened with Michael, the poor guy. And that was a start for him. He didn't have it as bad as Jana, luckily. So that was the good thing. But yeah, so my husband had to take care of Michael for a good part of the night. He didn't get sick past 10 o'clock, so that was a good thing. And then, like, he was so much better the next day, but I kept him home. I said, no, you're staying home, dude. And what was so weird was he was already, the kids bounced back so fast. It's so strange, because, like, even though I felt better the next day, and it was so weird because I was still feeling really miserable at late at night, I forced myself to stay awake at a certain point. So I stayed up late enough so that way I could go to bed. So I wouldn't have trouble. I was like so sleepy when I laid in bed, but I couldn't get comfortable enough. And it was so weird because it was like past midnight, and it was like a switch flicked off, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like I'm death warmed over. And it was really weird. But then all of a sudden my body's like, oh, it's time to stay awake now. My sleep has, my whole sleeping schedule has been messed up because of this. Because I slept almost all day. And I'm still trying to get it back to normal. It's not getting back to normal. um, but yeah, but unfortunately, my husband got sick the next day on Tuesday while I was taking care of Michael, who didn't need to be taken care of. But it was so weird because I got hit with a wave of exhaustion like after we dropped the kids off at school. I got hit with a wave of exhaustion, and I was just like, Michael, sweetie, I'm really tired. Here's your tablet. I'm going to go pass out. And I just laid down and I fell asleep until it was like 11 o'clock. And it was so weird because like I felt better, but apparently my body's like, you might be still, getting completely, not done. So, but my husband did the same thing I did on Monday, slept all day. The poor guy. But yeah, Michael was perfectly fine, but I just wanted him to stay home just in case because I wasn't going to risk him, getting other kids sick. And then at that point, I found out through my neighbor because she works with the school. Apparently, someone in Jana's class got really sick on Friday. So it started around there, at least. So... And this thing is super contagious. It goes through the entire school quickly. When she was telling me what was going on was like, once I was all better, it was like, goodness, I think it was like, excuse me, Thursday, when I finally got a chance to talk to her after I knew everyone was out of it and, I was definitely not contagious anymore. I went over to talk to her because I wanted to give away some of Michael's old clothes to her son, since her son's like right at that age where his clothes would fit. So, and she was like, "Yeah, one of my kids' classes, there's like seven kids missing today." I was just like, "Jeez," So and like some of the teachers got hit hard. It's like all of first and second grade is like hit hard. So I'm pretty sure it's going to go down to the kindergarten and pre-K since they're all in that little area on that side. But yeah, so anyway, spent Monday sick, spent Tuesday tired and taking care of one not sick kid and making sure my husband was okay. And then Wednesday, Nicole's like, we're checking up on Nicole because we're like, you okay, sweetie? Are you feeling sick? Nope, I'm good. I'm great. I'm like, okay. And it's so funny because we asked her that. And then, about maybe 30 minutes later, my tummy's starting to hurt. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to keep her home because if she's already starting to say this, it might be hitting soon. Because she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm like, okay, you're staying home. I'm not risking it. I don't want you to get sick at school. So, but the funny thing was, she got hit the least hardest out of the entire household. She was eating her food because here's the thing: I didn't eat all day. My husband didn't eat all day. Michael definitely didn't eat until the next day on Tuesday, and Jana didn't eat all Saturday at all. And here she is, she's eating crackers, she's wanting lunch, she's wanting a snack, and I'm just like, are you sure you're sick? And then she would go to the bathroom a few times, and I'm like, okay, I guess she is, but she was just like, perfectly fine. I'm just like, I'm glad you didn't get hit that hard, but at the same time, I'm really jealous of you. So, yeah, that's how my week has been. It's been just, like I said, it's just, I couldn't do much. But I finished Deadly Sweet on Tuesday night. I completely finished that up. And then the next day, my husband's like, I can't go into work. I'm sick. So he is going to be bringing it in tomorrow because tomorrow he has a thing that he has to go to. So he's gonna bring the canvas with him, and he's gonna give it to his coworker. So that'll be out of the house, and that means one less thing in the household, one less painting. And then 4 more coming in. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Well, we'll see about Black Friday. We don't know how many is going to be here on after Black Friday. Let's see. So, after all of that, I did try to do a whip and chat, and it didn't work out too well. I liked what I talked about, but I kind of excuse me. My goodness, excuse me again. I felt like I went on a little bit too much about things, and I just didn't want to be like grossing people out. So I feel like I still kind of went on a little too long. At least it wasn't as long, but I don't want people to get grossed out either. But at the same time, that's all that's been happening last week. So one of the new things that did happen last week, luckily, when none of us was sick, was I wanted to do something Thursday, was originally what I wanted to do. So that way I would have stuff ready to go. And we got news that that the roofers were going to come over and work on that day to actually repair that section of the roof. So, bad news. Insurance is not covering the roof. Good news, we're going to try and go after our builders for it, so see if they would cover that. So, but we did get we had a horrible dot the week before. We're like, well, if this part of the roof isn't doing so well, if it's like mush, then what's the rest of the roof look like? Like, is that going to fall apart on us? And we decided we're gonna get the rest of the attic like looked at and inspected. Luckily, nothing was wrong. The guy checked around, said everything looked fine. What he thinks is what the builders did when they were putting the tarping, flashing part of the roof. They just took a shortcut. It didn't extend all the way down, and they're like, good enough. And yeah, it wasn't good enough. but yeah, he thinks that they just took a shortcut and decided not to finish that area too well. So yeah, we'll just have to make sure that that our builders are going to take care of that, because it's still under 10 years. So the good thing is our insurance says that they're going to take care of that. They're going to talk to them, because we haven't really gotten much of a response. So they're going to talk to them for us. So we'll see how well that goes. And then we were told that we are covered for the inside repairs, so we're going to be starting that sometime soon. I know my husband's going to have to call the restoration guys that did a really good job, like with everything around here. He's going to have to call them soon and start scheduling a time, but that's going to be a little difficult with everything that's going to go on. So it's probably going to be after this week, most likely. Because I don't think I'm going to have another whip and chat up next week. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. I could be 100% okay. But I'm finally going in Wednesday to get my dental implant in. So we're gonna, the first part of it, the little metal post that they're supposed to put into your mouth. So I don't know how well I'm going to feel like talking for the next week or so. Like, I just gotta see how my recovery goes. So you might have a lapse of videos, or you might not. But I figured this should be my warning thing to let you guys know I may not be up talking for a while. So we shall see. Or if I do talk, it might not be very long. So it might be I may have to just force myself to talk small, like shorter videos or something if I did a whip and chat. Let's see what else has happened, because it's like I said, it's just been everyone's been sick. We wanted to do things this weekend because, the kids have been cooped up with being sick and, staying home. And we wanted to take them out somewhere, but that didn't turn out too well because of the weather. Um, so we'll probably figure out maybe something next week. We'll see. The kids, let's see. My husband will be gone tomorrow, like I said. So I'm going to be having my in-laws come over to help pick up the kids after school because hubby's taking the car, and so I won't have a ride. I kind of need a ride. No, so that's going to be interesting. Have to remind the kids, be like, oh yeah. And then I have, like, with Michael and Jana, they got like a field trip coming up sometime in the future, so I gotta start getting that prepared. And let's see. Nicole was excited for them when I told her where they were going. She goes, "Oh, I went there. When I was in second grade." I'm like, "I know it's the normal kind of trip." But she started telling them everything. I'm like, "Don't ruin it for them. Let them be surprised." Just say that you had a good time. That's all you need to say. Don't ruin the surprise. So she couldn't help herself. She's just like, "I need to tell you everything." Let's see. Last Friday was all week last week was like basically drug-free week. So the kids had like different wacky themes to dress up with. So I mean, like, yeah, we missed a couple of those days because of everyone getting sick, but Friday was like dress in your Halloween costume. So the kids got to dress up in their Halloween costumes. Nicole was wanting me to put makeup on her face, and I'm like, no, that's going to take too long to do. I'm not putting any sort of makeup on your face. You can deal with that without it. So she was a little mad at me, but she can deal. Let's see. I'm starting this video also a little bit later because I was kind of deciding if I really wanted to do a video or not. My husband had meetings today, and then after that I was like, do I really want to do one? Do I not? And as I was like, kind of went, I'm not going to do one. I'm not bothering. I get a phone call from the school, and it's a cloudy gray day, so we're supposed to actually get rain tonight, which is I'm wondering how many trick-or-treaters we're going to get now that it's supposed to be raining. But Michael, apparently, during recess, he slipped and fell and got his pants wet. And the nurse said that she didn't have any pants his size. So she was wondering if I could bring some pants over for him to get changed into, because he was complaining about being uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay. So had to go and, find some clothes for the poor dude. Like, goodness gracious, why do they send them outside anyway to the playground? They can't go on the swings. They can't go on the slides. They can't really do anything. It's just wet. Sorry. So that's one of the things I had to do today so far. I'm going to probably be making like pizza. I know I said we're kind of pizza out. We're not going to be ordering any more pizza for a while. But I'll make some. My husband bought like French bread pizza. I wanted to do what I've done in the years past, which was like make like one year I actually made like little pumpkins that were pizza filled, like, so like those it was like pizza filled gosh, I forgot what it was. But anyway, I like tied string around it to kind of give it the shape of a pumpkin. And then last year, instead of doing that, I did just like, I made a actual pizza, like I got pizza dough and stuff like that. And I made it into a jack-o'-lantern. I arranged the pepperoni and I cut the pepperoni up in such a way so that way you had the eyes, the nose, the mouth. But But yeah, this year, most likely not going to be doing that. I think we do have to stop at the store today before everything, just to pick up a couple more things before everything. I do have a bunch of candy now. Uh, because I was hoping that there's going to be a lot of trick or treaters, but now I'm kind of worried that they won't be. And I know it's like, yay, more candy for us, but we've been doing really good until I decided to open the candy bag this weekend. Because normally we open the candy bag like maybe a week or so before October. And then we're like, oh darn, we need to go and get more candy. This time around, we haven't done that until like just this weekend. Probably not the best idea, but oh well. Let's see. Is there anything else that's been going on? No, I don't think so. So I'm going to actually wrap it up here. I know that I haven't really done too much of filling up. So as you guys can see, I've gotten this much done. I don't know if I was even in camera for some of this. I'm kind of embarrassed. Oh man. But yeah, I really am sorry that I haven't done too much on videos or anything like that. I say it every week. I'll try. I am going to definitely try. It seems like something always pops up. Hopefully I'll be able to get some videos recorded tomorrow. I don't know if I'm able to or not. I'll see if I can get at least a couple of unboxings out, so that way I have something for the next few weeks. But I hope you guys have a safe Halloween. I hope that you guys have a fun week. I'll see you in a little bit. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Bye!